Hi, Emmett here for Mobile Geeks, and this is the new Samsung Galaxy Note 8 in a first hands-on. On the front is the beautiful 6.3-inch Infinity Edge Super AMOLED display with a QHD Plus resolution, which covers almost the entire front. Contrast and saturation is great, and it's super bright too. For late hours there is also a night mode to protect your eyes, and with the always on display you can see the time and your notifications without using much battery. With the S Pen you can even take notes on it, edit it and save it. Further on the top is the front speaker, the light and proximity sensor, and the 8-megapixel front camera with optical image stabilization. After a first look, pictures look great thanks to the great dynamic range and high amount of detail, and colors look also nice. The optical image stabilization corrects stutters with snapshots and videos really well. You can expect that the camera is at least as good as with the S8 and S8 Plus. On the top is the microphone for noise reduction and the SIM slot. You can put in a SIM and a microSD card. The hybrid dual SIM version called Note 8 Duos will also be available at launch. On the left are the volume buttons and the Bixby button. According to Samsung, the English version of the voice assistant, similar to Google Now, is getting rolled out until end of Q3. On the right is the power button, on the bottom is the microphone, the speaker, a USB-C slot and a 3.5mm headphone jack. The S Pen is also inserted here. It comes with cool new features like the live translation by selecting a text, or the GIF maker, or GIF maker, whatever you prefer. With 4096 pressure levels, it is super accurate and great for stylus fans. Located on the back is the new dual camera with 12 megapixel. The wide angle lens with f1.7 is pretty strong, and the telephoto lens with f2.4 helps with the lossless 2x zoom and the 10x digital zoom to keep as much details as possible. It also helps with the bokeh mode, which seems to work quite well. The Note 8 is also the first dual camera smartphone with dual OIS. Other companies didn't manage to do this yet, since synchronizing two separate lenses is relatively hard. I'm especially excited to see how it works with videos. Snapshots are always sharp, especially because of the super fast dual pixel autofocus, which I also really love on my Canon EOS 80D. The first test images seemed really good, and I'm excited to find out if the quality is even better than the extremely good S8 and S8 Plus. Next to the camera is the flash and the heart rate sensor, as well as the fingerprint sensor. As with the S8 and S8 Plus, it is not placed in the middle again, because the design couldn't be changed in such a short amount of time. Samsung tried to change as much as possible by exchanging the position of the camera and the flash. Everything also moved a little bit to the left. For left-handed people it should still be tricky. The frame is made of an aluminum alloy and the back is made of glass. Gorilla Glass 5 is the material that is used here. Because of its thin form factor and the surprisingly low weight, the handling is great, and the Mate 9 with its 5.9-inch feels a bit bulky afterwards. I personally really love the design. The Note 8 is powered by a 10nm CPU, which probably, depending on your region, should be the Exynos 8895 or the Snapdragon 835. But according to Samsung, they did some work on the processor, so the performance and battery runtime should be even better. More details should go public with the launch. On the first glance, the performance was really great, and even in combination with Samsung DeX and the 6GB of RAM, it ran super smooth. Multitasking and the newest games it handles without any problem. Since the performance should be at least as good as with the S8 or S8 Plus, pretty much everyone should be happy with it. I'd also love to talk about how much I liked Samsung DeX, which is also supported here, but it's better to do that another time. I believe it's the future, and even now it works really well. With pre-orders in some regions, you will also get the DeX for free. Internally, we have a 64GB UFS 2.1 storage, which is extendable up to 256GB. The battery is only 3300 mAh big and 200 mAh smaller than its predecessor, or the S8 Plus. This is because of the small form factor, and they needed some space for the S Pen. The battery life is supposed to be optimized very well, so according to Samsung it should make no difference or even run longer than before. Without testing it, I can't say anything about that. Here, they also took the same security measures as with the S8, so it should be much more safe. You can charge it with adaptive fast charging as fast as you can charge the S8 or S8 Plus, and wireless charging is also supported. As for the system, it runs Android 7.1.1 with the TouchWiz interface. It runs very smooth and comes with many features for which Samsung is known for. New, for example, is the dual app function. At least the approach is new. Here you can connect two apps that are used together and create a shortcut. Now you can just click on the shortcut and open both apps in split screen mode. This saves quite some time. The S Pen features and Bixby that I mentioned before are also included. What else is new I will see after the review. The system is also optimized for the use with Samsung's own gadgets. The Samsung Galaxy Note 8 can be pre-ordered after the launch launch on the 23rd of August, and you have a choice between the single SIM and the dual version. The price will be a little higher compared to the Note 7. Pre-orders will also include some attractive extras like decks in Germany. The colors are black, blue and gold. This was my first impression of the Samsung Galaxy Note 8. More information you will get with the full review. The Samsung Galaxy Note 7 was an almost perfect smartphone for me, and the Note 8 looks like a great successor. For someone like me who works a lot with a smartphone, it is a good candidate for my next phone. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments section, and if you like this video, we'd be happy if you'd give a like, otherwise the dislike button is right next to it. Also, don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any future content. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Ümit for Mobile Geeks.